Here in my garage with my new Lamborghini that I just bought because of all my books and knowledge and whatever that guy tries to sell you. Right behind me though, in this angle actually, we have all the parts that we're gonna need for the project. In the description below, I'll go ahead and put a link to all the coolant hoses used in this coolant refresh kit, along with a plethora of hoses. I bet you like that SAT word, huh? I ordered 2 tie rods so I can go ahead and address the wobble that I had while I was steering. Once the car was lifted, however, we would find out that the wobble that I had been feeling initially was caused by the control arms. Therefore, we decided to put the tie rod project on hold and just continue with the coolant hoses. So, with the magic of editing, here is the installation.
My name is Ramon. This is the other Ramon. As my father, he's also a mechanic. I'm also known as Uncle Munchie. But now we're going to work on this BMW that my man over here came. He's also a mechanic.
I would like to fully admit that I had no idea what I was doing. But the important part is that I'm learning. So, that's what's good. I'm assuming that's not really the best thing to see.
It's not the best thing to see, but you smelled it. You came over here because you know there's something wrong. We're going to be removing this hose right now. Here. There's a clamp down here, clamp up here. I want to kind of have a better visual, so we can remove this cover. We're going to be changing this pipe that's looking kind of ugly and rusted. And by the end of this pipe, we're also going to the lower side of the radiator. We have this brand new piece of hose here. We're also going to be placing to the radiator, and the upper piece also goes here. So we're going to remove the whole thing as one. Probably be easier that way. Has a screw here coming from this way, that way. Then what we're going to do is grab the old piece next to each other. We're going to compare it and put it in the same position, and then put it back in place. Let's see how that works out. The pink gloves were a gift. It was a nurse. Now we're gonna do something that many people will probably criticize, taking the whole piece out of here. But if you're careful and you twist it correctly, the right way and so forth, you can actually pass it through here without breaking anything. You see, and then you have the whole piece. So now what we'll do is put the new piece next to each other, put it at the same angle, tighten them down, and bring it back in.
Having replaced all the hoses that needed to be replaced, we went ahead and finished the job by topping the radiator off with radiator fluid. Depending on the area where you live, you're going to want to be using some antifreeze to go ahead and prevent your engine from seizing up in the cold. If you're like me and live in Miami or somewhere that's very sunny and pretty hot, you're going to want to go ahead and add some coolant so your engine doesn't overheat and stays cool in the hot summer. Now, before closing off, life with an E30 isn't going to be just a documentary about the build and everything that goes into it. It's life with an E30. You know, it's about the people you meet, about the experiences you make, and the friendships you build over the time and over the experiences of you becoming more involved in what you love doing. Be it film, be it building your car, be it doing whatever you want to do. Life with an E30 is about everything that you make out of it, out of the experiences that you're gonna come across, and it shows new faces and new people with this car. I plan on making new friendships, making great bonds, and continuing the current ones that I have today. People like Munchie, for example, you meet them, you would think there's just some random guy, he's a nice guy, but I would never, I would never blink an eye twice until I actually went to his house. It was great. It was an awesome time. The experiences and the friendships that you make while participating in the automotive community is something that I want to focus on. And it's not life with an E30. It could be life with anything. You could have an RX-7, you could have a Fiesta, you could have a Renault Clio for all that matters. As long as you're affectionate and passionate towards what you love doing and you make friends through it, through film, through cars, through whatever you want to do, that's what life is about. It entitles everything. Life with an E30 is going to be a documentary and a series that shows everything that happens. Now, before closing off this episode for good, I will give you guys a sneak peek on what next episode contains a little control arm here, and we're gonna go ahead and explain how it is that I got into BMWs, where this comes from, and why I'm not putting it on the E30 yet, and how I came across the actual E30. All this and more on the EL Studios channel on this Life with an E30 documentary series that I'm making. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment anything you guys want. Tell me what your car is, what your favorite car is, what your first build is, any cool memories that you might have, or any of the weirdest things you've seen while working on your car. Anyways, peace out. I'll see you next time.
Would you be my cure? Would you be my